The wall didn't fall, not that day, not the next. It stood where it always had. Cold, silent, unbroken. But inside, something else collapsed. Men stopped sleeping. Children stopped crying. Because everyone learned the same sound. Wood pulled back. Iron screaming under tension. Then silence. No breach. No fire climbing the towers. No moment that meant it was over. Just waiting. Waiting for the bolt that would erase a man in a heartbeat. Waiting for the gate to finally surrender. Waiting for hunger to speak louder than loyalty. The wall survived. The people behind it did not. To understand how walls were broken, we have to return to a time before machines ruled the siege. A time when the most dangerous weapon was not built. It was trained. Chapter 1. The Myth of the Wall. For centuries, stone meant certainty. Walls divided the world cleanly. Inside was order. Outside was chaos. From the battlements, the logic felt absolute. Height meant dominance. Thickness meant safety. Gates meant control. The wall was not just architecture. It was belief. A promise that if the enemy wanted the city, they would have to pay for every step forward. And for a long time, that belief held. Because early sieges were not decided by engines. They were decided by endurance. And endurance belongs to men. Chapter 2. The Approach. Before ladders, before rams, before contact, there was exposure. And an attacking army had to cross open ground, slowly, deliberately, under eyes that never blinked. Every step closer meant fewer options. Every pause invited death. This was where the wall first began its work. Not by killing, by forcing men to advance anyway. Chapter 3. The Human Shield, Roman Testudo. Arrows came first. They fell in arcs, from towers, from parapets, from angles shields were never designed to face alone. So soldiers adapted. They closed ranks, locked shields edge to edge. Raised wood overhead, men disappeared inside the formation. The testudo was not elegant. It was survival compressed into geometry. Inside it, vision vanished. Soldiers didn't see the wall, they felt it. The vibration of impacts above their heads, the scrape of metal along shield rims, the subtle shift that meant someone's grip was weakening. Every step forward depended on discipline, not bravery, not strength, discipline. If one man lifted his shield too high, the sides opened. If one man slowed, the formation bent. If one man panicked, the formation died. The testudo did not forgive mistakes. It demanded obedience in conditions designed to erase it. Chapter 4. Fear inside the formation. The greatest threat wasn't arrows, it was time. Arms burned, necks locked, sweat blurred vision. Minutes felt like hours. Hours felt impossible. And the wall didn't rush, it waited. Because discipline doesn't collapse loudly, it erodes. A shield dips a few inches. A step comes half a second late. A man breathes when he should brace. And suddenly the wall doesn't need to kill everyone. It only needs to kill one. Chapter 5. Precision over force. The ballista bolt. Walls protected groups. They did not protect individuals. The ballista understood this immediately. It didn't hurl chaos. It didn't try to collapse stone. It didn't announce itself. It selected a single bolt. Heavy enough to punch through armor, fast enough to deny reaction. Its targets were not random. Commanders who lingered on the parapet. Signal officers who believed height meant safety. Messengers who thought speed was protection. One bolt could end a voice. Another could erase coordination. Another could leave a section of wall waiting for orders that would never come. From that moment on, visibility became dangerous. Defenders learned a new fear, not the breach, but being noticed. The ballista didn't weaken the wall, It hollowed it out. Chapter 6. The Gate. The walls lie. Walls were strong. Gates were necessary. And necessity is always a weakness. The siege ram was not dramatic. It did not rely on surprise. It relied on inevitability. Swing, impact, silence. Again, and again, and again. The sound mattered more than the damage. Defenders dropped stones, poured boiling liquids, set fire wherever they could reach. The ram kept swinging, not because it was unstoppable, but because the men behind it were replaceable. If one fell, another stepped forward. If one arm failed, another took the weight. Every strike told the defenders the same thing. This will not end today. And the gate understood that before anyone else did. Chapter 7. When sound became a weapon. Inside the city, the ram became a clock. Each impact measured time. Each pause raised hope. Each new strike erased it again. People counted the blows. They argued over cracks they couldn't see. They listened for changes in tone. The gate didn't explode. It didn't collapse. It surrendered, with a groan, a split, a sound cities learned to recognize instinctively. The sound of the wall admitting it was never complete. Chapter 8. The siege as an argument. A siege was not a battle. It was an argument about time. Inside the walls, food became math. Water became policy. Sleep became rare. Outside, nothing changed. The ram waited. The ballista waited. The soldiers waited. Disease spread without needing permission. Rumors replaced certainty. Fear found places stone never could. Sometimes the attackers never breached the wall. Sometimes no tower fell. Sometimes no gate broke. The city opened itself because patience had done what force did not. Chapter 9. The limit of the soldier. Human endurance has a ceiling. Muscles fail. Discipline erodes. Fear accumulates quietly. And once commanders understood that limit, the future of siege warfare became obvious. If men could be broken, walls could be broken more efficiently. The soldier, as the primary weapon, had reached its peak. Chapter 10. Transition. The shift. The change wasn't sudden, but it was permanent. Walls stopped being answers. They became delays. Engineers observed, measured, calculated. Soon, soldiers would no longer be the weapon. They would be the hands operating something far worse. Chapter 11. Closing. The earliest sieges were won by men, by discipline held under fire, by shields locked together, by arms that kept swinging when hope ran out. Walls did not fail because they were weak. They failed because humans learned exactly how long other humans could endure. And once that knowledge existed, stone stopped being protection. It became a countdown.